Welcome to Wednesday morning gentle yoga with Leo Bray on behalf of Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center. Visit us on the web at urbanyoga.org or on Facebook at Kristen Olson's Urban Yoga Center to check out the schedule. Changes coming soon. It'll be a new month in a couple of days. And to stop by the tip jar to make those donations that support our online offerings here. We'll start today in a reclined posture. You don't have to be in the same posture that I'm in, Supta Baddha Konasana. That's one option. Soles of your feet together, knees splayed out. Option to have props supporting the weight of your legs. I've got blocks under the outsides of my knees. If that's not comfortable for you, you could rest the soles of your feet on the floor, let your knees lean towards each other, extend your legs down along the mat, or scoot over by a wall or a piece of furniture and elevate your legs. Rest your hands on the floor or on your body, whatever's comfortable. If you like, close your eyes. Focus on your breath, letting it get deeper and slower. This will happen just by paying attention to it. It doesn't take any particular technique, just finding a comfortable stillness and focusing, shift the nature of the breath. Feeling into the movements of these deeper, slower breaths. Your contact with the ground and with your props, and the way that contact shifts as the breath moves in and out. Taking in the environment that you're practicing in, just noting whatever ways it's reaching any of your senses, whatever you're feeling, smelling, hearing, even seeing. With your eyes closed, there are visuals. Light filtering through the eyelids. Maybe it's constant, maybe it's shifting. Taking in whatever sounds are reaching you from outside your space, from outside my space, whatever's coming through this microphone to your speakers. Turn inward again and scan your body. Take in whatever is going on there. In particular, noting any sensation you would label negative, any stiffness or soreness, for example. Anything that you want to keep in mind during practice. And by staying mindful of any such issues, you can help yourself find the way to the practice that suits you best, knowing, as always, that you're free to skip or modify anything at all. If you wish to set a personal intention for your practice today, you can take the next few moments to do that. And with our intentions in place, let's share 3 deep, clearing breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth with a sigh. If you have your legs the way I do, bring your hands to the outside of your knees. Let your arms do the work of nudging your knees towards each other so the soles of your feet come to rest on the mat. If you had props here holding up your legs, move them out of the way. Reach your arms out to the sides with your palms facing up. Cross your left ankle above your right knee. We'll take an energizing twist, letting your shoulders stay grounded. Allow your legs to fall to the right and turn your head to the left. Bring your head and your legs back up to center. Cross the legs the opposite way and twist the opposite way. Let's come back up to center. Uncross your legs. Draw your knees in, hug your knees. Rock side to side or roll in circles. Massaging your back against the ground. Take a few big but simple full body stretches. Inhale, extend your arms and legs all the way out. And as you exhale, curl up in a ball again, hug your knees. Just follow the pace of your own breath. And if it feels good to pause while you're extended out or pause while you're curled up, go ahead and pause where you like. Sometimes a breath at either end of the movement can help ease out a tight spot you notice when you get there. And then let's sit up. You can hold your leg and rock forward and back like this, playing with balancing if you want, or you can just tip gently to one side. Press your hands to the floor and lift yourself up. Find a comfortable seat, or if you would rather, you can kneel. I'm going to sit on the blocks, as I often do, sitting on the forward edge of some elevated support. Let's The pelvis tilt forward and the front of the hips open. Let your arms hang loosely at your side. Lift your left shoulder up. Shift it back and let it down. And then your right shoulder up and back and down. And let your chin come down towards your chest. Gently and slowly roll your head in circles. Feel free, if you find any tight spots, to pause with the circles, rock back and forth at the tight spot. Now let's take a few in the other direction. And when you finish the next circle, face forward again. Reach your arms out to the sides and rest your fingertips on the ground. Stay long in the spine. Inhale, lift your left arm up alongside your head. Exhale, reach to the right, leaning into your right hand, lengthening up the left side. Inhale to come upright. As you exhale, let's come into a twist. Bring your left hand behind you on the ground, right hand to your left leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, twist some more. Working up from the waves. Seeing if, on each exhale, your body wants to go further into this twist. Let the twist unwind. And then inhale, raise your right arm. Exhale, reach to the left. On an inhale, come upright. As you exhale, come into the opposite twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Let yourself unwind. Resting your hands on your thighs or your knees. We'll do some cow and cat breath. Inhale, draw your heart forward. Let your head go back. Exhale, draw your heart back. Let your head tip forward. And then make your way up onto your hands and knees. Reach your left foot back, press the ball of your foot against the mat. On an inhale, reach your right arm out to the side, palm facing down. On an inhale, pick your left foot up, reach straight back. Bend your knee, reach back. If you can take hold of your foot or ankle, kick against your hand, raising your knee and your chin. And if you can't take hold, it's okay. Release and let your knee and your hand come down. Reach back and press into the ball of your right foot. On an inhale, reach your left arm out to the side. On an inhale, pick your foot up, reach straight back. And bend your knee, reach back, and see about taking that bind. Maybe on one side you get the bind and the other you don't. That happens sometimes. Release, lower down. Bring your big toes together. Open your knees wider if you like. Sit back to child's pose. Pausing to scan the body again. Observe the breath. Inhale, come forward and up through table. Let's step the left foot forward and then the right. Hang out in forward fold, exploring movement in whatever way feels beneficial to your body. Maybe it's a little movement, maybe it's a lot. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, back down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach out to the side. As you exhale, reach for your shoulder blades for a hug, or take eagle arms if you like. In eagle, then you reach forward and up. Inhale, open up again. As you exhale, cross the other way. Have a hug or another eagle. Inhale, open up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale out and up. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up and reach your palms up. Look up at your hands. Lift up your heart. Inhale, come up to center. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale, bend to your left. Inhale, come up. Exhale, arms down. Use my microphone adjustment. Thing's gonna fall off. Must be all the sweat. There's a nice breeze, but it's still hot. Inhale out and up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back. Runner's lunge, just for a moment. Then let the right knee down. Toe lunge. You can untuck the right toes if you want, or keep them tucked. Bring your hands to your left knee. Press against your leg with your arms to raise your torso. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, glide back. As big or small a movement as you like. We might have a guest appearance. Tito the cat is walking around here. I don't know if he's on camera yet. He's up past the head of my mat. Hola, Tito. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué haces? This is the first time he's done this. He's come nearby. I think this is his first time. Oh, he's not even showing up in frame. Okay, there may be a cat walking into frame at any time. Raise your right arm or both arms if you like. You can always keep your left hand on your knee. Exhale, sink forward and lower your arms. Inhale, glide back and raise your arms. So when there's not a yoga class here on the terrace, generally there's a table right in the middle here with some chairs around it. And there's often a cat napping on one of the chairs. Not always just cat. There's more than one cat around. Some of the cats belong to this household and some don't. Some we know the names, some we don't. And just as we integrate whatever comes up in the body or the mind or the emotions during practice, we integrate whoever walks into the space, right? Just greet. No need to get upset that someone has walked in. Let's twist to the right. You can drop a hand to your knee if you get too wobbly. You come through center and then twist to the left. Come through center. Exhaling, bring your hands down. Curl the right toes under. Press into your foot to lift your knee. And step your left foot back to your right foot. Downward dog. Pedal your feet up and down. And when we began, my mat was all in the shade, and now 1/3 of it is in the sun. So I'm just going to get hotter as our hour goes on. I'm glad I wore the shorter leggings. A little more exposed skin. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, down. Step your left foot back. Runner's lunge for a moment. Then let that knee down. Untuck those toes if you like. Bring your hands to your right knee. Lift your torso. Exhale, sink forward. Inhale, glide back. See how much movement feels good this time. And then lift your left arm if you want, and your right arm if you want. And float them down when you come forward, up when you go back. So I think for Tito, the key is being under the table. That's where he's chosen to settle. He's just hanging out under the table in the corner. And I think one corner of the table shows on camera a bit of green tablecloth there. He's over on the other side. Then let's twist to the left. Come through center and twist to the right. Then come through center and bring your hands down. Throw the left toes under, press into your foot to lift your knee, and step your right foot back to your left. Downward dog again. Inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step forward. And then we drop the glasses. Guess I wore the wrong glasses today too, or maybe there's no right glasses being this sweaty and things get slippery. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale down. Let's step back to plank. On an exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Then pressing into your hands, inhale, lift your head and chest as high as you want. Listen to your lower back. Exhale, rock back and up to downward dog. Take 3 cleansing breaths and make your way to child's pose. Again, scanning the body, focusing on your breathing, maybe comparing notes with the previous child's pose. Inhale, come forward and up to table. Take your time on an exhale to push back and up to down dog. And just walk your hands back to your feet. No rush. Tiny baby steps are just great. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. And let's play with some balancing. I'm going to need a sip of water before I do that, though. Hands by your heart. And if you want, you can step over by the wall or some furniture so you have something to reach out and grab onto when you get too wobbly. Shift your weight from one leg to the other with your feet on the ground. Kind of checking in with the hips, reminding each leg that it can take most of the weight. And this also helps your feet find their way under your hips if they weren't there before you started rocking back and forth. The more we practice, the more we tend to stand with the feet spread under the hips without thinking about it. But it's not always automatic. When you're ready, bring the weight into your right leg, keeping that knee soft and unlocked. Turn your left toes out to the side so your feet are perpendicular. And take your time to bring your heel in and up onto your ankle. So we start here with the foot like a kickstand, and you can stay there with both feet on the ground. Or bring the sole of your foot to your calf or to your thigh, but never on your knee. You can keep pressing your hands together into your chest. That can be very steadying, or you can explore any shapes, any movement you want. Make sure you keep breathing. If you can keep looking at a fixed point at about eye level, that helps steady your tree. And you can start over anytime. Maybe you decide to come out, maybe you just fall. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it's the choice, the decision. Sometimes it's fun to play with not falling. Using those core muscles for every little wobble, every recovery, and every controlled fall. Generally, we fall out of a tree. It's not like tumbling all the way to the ground. Your whole body, it's just your foot coming down. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them to your heart. Pivot your knee forward. Let your foot down. Shake the right leg and anything else that wants a shake. When I'm not wearing glasses and or an earpiece, I like to shake my face around and make that funny sound. Don't want to send the equipment flying. Hands back at your heart, shift one leg to the other again. And when you're ready, let the weight come to your left leg. Remember to keep the knee unlocked, responsive. Turn the right toes out. Feet roughly perpendicular. Take your time, bring your heel in and up. See what placement works. This time, you don't have to do the same on both sides. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Sometimes I don't know until I'm getting there whether my foot's going to stay on the thigh today. Do whatever you want with your arms. I think I haven't shared this in a while. I know I've shared it here before, but for anyone who might be hung up on getting their foot to their thigh, it took me 2 years to get my foot to ever stay on my thigh. And I had actually given up on trying. And in teaching a class one day, I planned to demonstrate that I couldn't do it. And I put my foot on my thigh and it stayed there. And no one was more surprised than I was. So after a good 6 months of just leaving the foot on the calf, I guess the hips were continuing to open up, and they were getting closer and closer to foot on the thigh, and I never knew it until that one day I decided to demonstrate what I couldn't do. And I failed. I demonstrated and said that I could do it. If your hands are elsewhere, bring them to your heart. Pivot your knee forward, let your foot down, and shake things out. Yes, and sometimes as we unwind, we hit a little fast forward like that. Start to move quicker than we planned. Let's play with Warrior 3. So I'm going to use my blocks. You can use your blocks if you like, or the wall, or the furniture. So using the blocks, well, this is neat. The sunlight is a stripe right up the middle of the mat. We stand the blocks up, shoulder width apart, put one hand on each one. And you could have your hands flat like this. You could come up on your knuckles. You can come up on your fingertips. A great bit of hand strengthening you can play with there. So let's see, you were just on your left leg. So let's bring the weight to the right leg and inhale, lift the left foot up and back. Picture your leg and your torso parallel to the ground. And you can keep both hands on these blocks or your whatever other support you're using, or you can play with bringing one hand to your heart or both. If you feel steady enough, you might explore other expressions. You can reach your hands back or to the sides or to the front. Play with as many variations as you like. Keep breathing. You can come out and start over anytime. So obviously, strengthen the legs, core muscles, but also opening the front of this hip here, the raised leg. Nice opening in the front of the hip. Exhale, slowly let your foot down. Inhale, slowly stand and shake whatever wants to shake. Maybe you need another drink like I do. And as you're ready, come to your support, your blocks or whatever else you're using. Shift the weight into your left leg. When you're ready, inhale, raise your right foot up, reach back through the sole of your foot. And just see how it goes. Whatever expressions you want to explore, just keep breathing. That's the most important thing. Sometimes when we challenge ourselves with things like this, we hold our breath without meaning to. It's just a silly thing we do. Exhale, slowly let your foot down. Inhale, slowly stand. And shake as needed. Drink as needed. Come down and have a seat. Where's the drink? There it is. Extend your legs forward and flex your feet back. The cat's standing right in front of the computer. I was waiting for him to jump up on the laptop, but he didn't. He was eyeing it in a way that made me slightly nervous for a sec. Please don't walk on the computer. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Let your knees bend if they want to bend. Inhale, think of coming forward. Exhale, think of lowering down. None of these cats are mine. We just share some common areas. And I know plenty of cat owners whose cats walk on their keyboards. I'm glad Tito is not a keyboard cat, apparently. I'm pretty sure there's no keyboard in his house. Maybe that's he's not tempted by the unfamiliar thing. Inhale, slowly walk your hands up your legs and sit up. Let's do a couple more folds. Bring the soles of your feet together like the position we started in. Big space though between the heels and the pelvis this time. Earlier I didn't specify how much space to have there between your feet and the pelvis. You can reach over your ankles or under and walk your feet, walk your hands. Walk your hands forward along the mat. Don't try to walk your feet anywhere with the soles of your feet together. Let your neck relax. Let your head hang down. Breathe into your back. Any place where you feel tension, you can think of sending your breath there. Help ease that stuff out. Inhaling, walk your hands back, lift your torso, leave the soles of your feet together, and then bring those heels in towards your pelvis. Interlace your fingers, hold your toes between your hands, wriggle on your seat, shift the bones in your seat closer to the ground. Just tilt your pelvis forward, similar to sitting up on props like I did at the start of our practice today. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, spine nice and long. Now let's just see how far forward does that go. All about hinging from the hips and keeping the spine long. And whenever that long spine isn't folding forward anymore, you can let your neck relax, let your head drop, let your spine curve, breathe into your hips. If you want, you can nudge down on the inside of your legs with your elbows, your forearms. Inhaling slowly, sit up. As we did earlier, bring your hands to your knees and let your arms lift your knees towards each other. Feet hip width apart. Bring your hands behind you. Scoot forward and come gently down onto your back. Heels in close towards your butt. If you like, you can place a block between your knees. on the middle position. Keeping your knees hip width apart. Press into your feet, inhale, lift your hips. If you want a deeper heart opener, clasp your hands, reach your knuckles towards your heels, and wriggle your shoulder blades towards the spine. If you're taking that bind with your hands, release it. Slowly let your hips come down. Explore floating up and down. Inhale up and exhale down. A few times, however you like, your pace, your height. Pause where you like, if you like. And let's take a supported bridge. Pause with your hips lifted. Put a prop at the base of your spine. Come down to rest. Pardon me. Pardon me again. Even with a special sports bottle, it's tricky and maybe ill-advised to drink lying down. Press into your feet, inhale, lift your hips up. Last time, remove the prop, exhale, slowly come down. Move those props out of the way. Draw your knees to your chest, hug your knees, rock and roll, massaging your back against the ground. And let's take our closing supine twists with the knees crossed. Left over right. If you can't cross your knees, just cross your left ankle over your knee like we did at the start. You can repeat the energizing twist. Reach your arms out to the sides, palms up. For a deeper sensation, a deeper twist, you can draw your knees in towards your torso, but you don't have to. If you keep that right foot on the ground and twist, that's the gentlest variation with crossed knees. Keeping the shoulders grounded, let your legs go to the right and turn your head to the left. We'll spend about twice as long in this twist as we did in the earlier one. Let the breath wring you out. Don't push the legs down. Let them hang, and they'll go where they need to. Oops. And there's me setting up a little too close to some wonderful potted plants here. Shift to my left and start over. My foot came down on top of a pot. My legs wanted to go further. Didn't have room. Come on up to center. Cross your legs the opposite way. And when you're ready, twist the opposite way. Come back up to center. Uncross your legs. Reach your feet up. Reach your hands up to take hold of your feet or your legs. Play with bending and straightening your limbs. Rocking around maybe, exploring whatever movement you like in happy baby pose. Or inverting however you like if you'd prefer some other inversion. In this context, an inversion is any posture where your legs are higher than your heart. Whenever you feel complete with inverting, you can make your way to your final resting pose. And maybe that's corpse pose, the classic Shavasana, legs extended, feet splayed open, hands by the sides. But it's more important to be comfortable than it is to be in this specific posture. So if this isn't comfortable, find a position that is. It's that simple. Listen to your body. If you want to, close your eyes. If you had an intention for your practice, you might return to reflecting on that. You might simply focus on your breath. Or you might decide not to bother focusing much at all. Just being here and just breathing on your mat to these moments of quiet stillness, absorbing the benefits of your practice. Give yourself some deeper breaths and start to move around bit by bit. Take your time letting your movements grow bigger and bigger. Moving mindfully, savoring the relaxed state. Gently sit up when you're ready. And bring your hands up by your heart. Thank you for sharing in practice today. The light within me sees and honors that same light within you. Namaste.